Now, kettle time, most important time of the whole run, obviously.
Yeah. Let's see who's behind and who's ahead after the Elder Kettle House.
Turn
Oh
4,
yeah, I
turn
forgot.
6.
I already forgot. You don't do Forest Follies when you do the pea spread route. You just go for the
Oh,
tutorial
right.
instead. Yes, because for the
Right.
pea spread route, all you need is 4 coins, and for spread lobber, you need 8 coins. So there's a little bit of a difference here.
That's right. So, Kaleva will be ahead when he starts at the beginning of the run because obviously he has to do one less level. But we'll
Mm-hmm.
see how it pans out over the entire run.
Yeah, I think doing Forest Follies over the tutorial takes maybe less than a minute more, but with the spread and P-gun route, the bosses take a bit longer than with spread lobber, so there will be some the boss fights are not going to be as fast, so most of the time saves come from saving the Forest Follies.
Yeah, like stuff like lava traps, you can't do that with pea shooter. So, a lot more damage is output by lava most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's see what
Yeah,
happens.
TwoTonePony actually had a very good Forest Follies. He did it in only 40 seconds, which is relatively good.
Good time, yeah, good time. And Kaleva went for the secret phase actually on the root pack, which is faster,
Yeah.
but it's much more dangerous. As you can see, he's
Yeah.
just, oh
Oh, he had a
no,
very
he's taken a
unfortunate
death.
death there.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, and things like that. When I was saying that even the more experienced player can is not guaranteed to win in a race because stuff like that can happen, and that can turn the race on its head essentially
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
because
So
it's a
now
pretty
both of
big
these,
blow
yeah, yeah.
to the
So both of these
confidence. Yeah,
runners are pretty much at the same point now in the run because of that
yeah,
death.
that's true.
So hopefully Calvin can get through it this time.
Hmm.
And again, he's taking a lot of damage. It's scary.
Yeah, a very eventful match so far, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. And he's scarred. Okay.
So Two Tone Pony decided to go for the more traditional route for this first boss here. Let's see what kind of time he got. So he got a
44 and
47 there.
47. Okay.
Yeah.
Good enough. Oh,
So once
controller
again,
problem?
oh no. Okay,
Oh,
he
he's.
fixed it.
Okay, okay.
So the frogs are actually a pretty tricky boss. You want to do with the spread and lobber route, you want to go for a 2 cycle or a 1 cycle if you get punches first. But it does seem like that two-tone pony got the fireflies pattern first, so he can't do the 1 cycle in the first phase. But let's see if he can pull it off in the last phase. It's incredibly tough to do, anyways. Oh, and he just
Yeah.
missed the
So he
two
didn't get that
cycle.
skip. Yeah.
Yeah, he was very close though, because you can tell
Right.
if the right side frog doesn't do his hurricane move, he got really close.
We're close. Yeah. Like you said, again, these things happen in the run. And plus,
Yeah,
this boss, if when you get flies, he can shoot from 5 to 7 flies, and that matters. You get to do more damage or less damage.
yeah. There can be a difference of about 2 seconds.
Uh,
Oh, and two tone
oh, take
pony
the
gets
death.
another death
Ah,
in this match.
yeah, falls down between the two platforms.
Yeah,
Unfortunate.
and he was very close to the end as well, so that's going to set him back quite a bit in this
Yeah,
race.
yeah. Caliber, on the other hand, finishing the boss. Gonna be moving on to Goopy now.
Yeah,
Let's see if he gets a skip this time.
and meanwhile, Kaleva is starting the Goopy fights. Oh, he
Oh,
was
he's
very
just
close
missed the
again.
skip again. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, on
The
the left
Scoopy
side
fight.
we... Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Scoopy fight isn't much. There's not much of a difference between lobber spread and pea shooter spread. You mostly just stay close. So the times these two people will get on this one won't be that much of a difference.
Yeah, so you optimize the fight by maximizing the time you get with effectively using the spread gun as good as you can.
Right. 34, really good time.
Yeah. Not a bad time whatsoever. I'm not even sure
TwoTonePony
what
finish
the
off.
best time you can get is with this route.
Pea shooter spread, yeah. Should be around 30, I think, but yeah, I'm not sure either.
Okay, and TwoTonePony, yeah, he just finished the frogs, and now he's about one boss behind, heading over to Goopy, while Kaleva is starting Hilda fight, which is on the surface it looks like a very, very, very simple fight, but there's actually a lot of technique involved in this fight.
Yeah, like taking 2 damage boosts means you've got to be very careful. You can't take any hits during the whole fight. So
Yeah.
it's a rather difficult fight.
And also you want to throw your EXs in a way so that it ticks in the boss's hitbox 4 times when she's in her regular form. So you have to time your EXs very carefully because she does this kind of wiggling movement. Oh, and Kaleva
But
has a very unfortunate death there.
let's see. So
And he has some
that attack,
controller issues.
yeah. So that attack, it can start at the top or at the bottom, and then it can go clockwise or anti-clockwise. And he just got really unlucky
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. So I was saying about those EXs that you want to time them when she has kind of moved forward like that. So when she moves back, the hitbox moves back as well, and you get some extra damage from doing that. It's very important to optimizing this fight.
Now, if you mess up your timing, you can just get a 2 tick, which means you actually lose damage.
Mm-hmm.
And TwoTonePony making it over to Hilda as well.
Mm-hmm. Let's see how he does this. Is he going for the damage boost as well?
Yep, he is
Okay,
going
he's
for
doing
them.
it.
Yeah. Caliber going for those UFO clips and getting some sweet clips.
Nice.
So how that works is if you shoot the EXs when the UFOs come out, the EX can actually get stuck on the UFO and it jumps or ticks, as we like to call it, a few more times, and that does a lot more damage.
Yeah, that actually can save a lot of time if you can do that consistently. I heard the best time anyone has ever gotten on this patch is a 1.1. I mean, 1 minute and 1 second
Oh,
fight, and that is a very, very amazing time. You
that's
can save
crazy.
many
Yeah,
seconds doing that strat.
I thought the best was 102 actually. Did not know that.
Yeah, I heard Grandius mentioned, and I think Jason as well got a 101, but I've never
Oh,
gotten that
interesting.
myself. 102 is the
Yeah,
best I've ever
no.
got.
Yeah, me too.
Okay,
So
and Kaleva got seed RNG on this flower boss.
obviously, because you can't get good RNG on this boss,
Yeah, it
it's not
doesn't
a thing.
exist.
Yeah, and you've got to play this really dangerously with pea shooter spread because you've got to keep jumping, you've got to stay close to him so that your bullets don't miss.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas with lobber, you can just hold lobber upright and it does a good amount of damage.
Yeah.
Doing pretty well here though. Should get a knockout soon.
Mm-hmm. There it
There you
is.
go.
Very, very good.
There you go. As you can see on the right side, you just have to hold over. And oh, he actually got extended. Oh, he got 2 of them. Oh, he's not getting seeds. Wait,
Oh, he
what?
best RNG he can get.
There's
How
no
he-
way. No seeds. Wow.
And he got
That's
double acorns
amazing.
as well. This should be last phase already.
Yeah.
There we
Oh
go. Look
wow.
at that. He got the god
That's
RNG.
great. No
That is
seeds.
literally the best RNG you can get in this
He
fight.
hacks clearly. You can't do that. That's not allowed.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh, he messed him up a little bit. Ah, but he gets it. Nice.
Yeah, I think he went for the he either accidentally fell down and went for the quick thinking EX, or he tried to do the YOLO strat and chickened out. We'll never know.
Yeah, we'll never know.
Maybe we can ask him after the race what happened there.
Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah.
And Kaleva is now, I think he's fighting the second mini boss on Bonbon, or is this already the third one?
It was the second one, I believe. He got Candy Corn first.
He didn't go for the damage boost on the Muffin Man though, so playing a bit safe here as he already has a couple of deaths in this run, which is very smart because the fastest strat in a race is to get a deathless run. Sure. Let's see if he can finish this fight. Yeah. There he takes a damage boost, which is very smart because he knows he was very close to getting a knockout.
So if he had taken a damage boost before, he would have lost some time over there. So it all works out.
Yeah. And getting a sub 50-second fight, which is pretty solid for this route.
Yep, pretty good.
So TwoTonePony is just starting the Bonbon fight. I think this is again the second mini boss he faced.
Second mini boss, yeah. I missed the first one as well.
Was it the bubblegum machine? I'm not entirely sure.
I'm not sure, yeah. And like I said, these lava traps that you can do, they give you a lot more damage as compared to the pea shooter spread route. So
yeah, you can get a sub 40-second fight with this weapon combination. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah. Even on this patch, without the double damage lavas.
Yeah. So Wally, one of my most hated fights personally. Not because it's not a great fight, but it's just so hard sometimes.
Yeah. You really get screwed on the third phase a lot.
So Kaleva is not going for all the parries in this fight. Maybe he wants to once again play a bit safe.
Right. He did take a hit before. So he's playing a little bit safe on this. Usually runners take a damage boost on this guy.
Yeah. So let's go see if he goes left or right.
Oh, it's hard.
But at least he's going right, so that's pretty
he's
good.
Going
he
right.
has
That's
a lot
good.
of EXs.
Yeah. He also has 2 hit points, so he should be fine. There we go.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah. TwoTonePony starting Wally now, as Kaleva will move to Jimmy.
So they are very close to one another. They are not that far apart at all. This race could go any way. Like,
yeah.
I mean either way. This is not a walk
it's
in
not
the park for
one-sided.
Kaleva.
Yeah, not at all.
So I'm gonna be very curious to see what kind of strat Kaleva goes for in this Jimmy fight, because you can either go for the nuke strat, like you try to go for a nuke in the first phase, or you just do like, okay, he does the bomb EX.
So he doesn't get 2 parries there, so maybe that's why.
Maybe.
And on this phase,
also,
go on.
Yeah, go ahead.
So on this phase, you can shoot the pillars with 5 bullets and then a mini bomb to get the maximum amount of damage. So that's what he's doing right now.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Kaleva is
stuck
very...
in the corner.
Oh yeah, that's a yikers.
He's the heart. He's in the corner. You can't do anything about that.
But at least he had 2 health, so even if he got hit, he would have probably been fine. But yeah, still speaking of these plane level fights, I think in every single fight, it's better to go for nukeless strats if you get the chance and have the confidence to do so. So I think it's very smart for Kaleva to kind of try to go for nukeless as long as he can. He did some nukes towards the end of the fight, though.
Again, playing it a bit safe, probably.
Maybe.
As you have to during these races sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
TwoTonePony getting knives. Easiest pattern.
Yeah, I'm gonna be very curious to see if he goes for the secret phase or the regular route as Kaleva did there. And he got a time of, I think that was a 1:28 with 2 nukes, which is not a bad time.
Yeah, let's see. The I think the alternate phase is a little bit faster, and you can get parries, but it's kind of terrifying.
That's true. That's why some runners decide to against it.
Yeah, yeah. This strat I've actually never seen before. The one that Kaleva does, jumping behind Beppy like that.
Yeah, it's a pretty good strat if you want to do a lot of spread gun, because his hitbox is actually bigger on the backside, so you get a lot of good damage from your spread gun if you do that. But it's also a bit
Yeah,
dangerous, because if he decides to go backwards, you can get hit a lot. Like you can take
yeah,
two
yeah.
hits in that stage if you get
That's
unlucky.
true.
And he also gets the green horse, which is excellent for him. He gets the one cycle there,
You get a one cycle, yeah.
and he's proceeding to the last part of this fight.
Two-tone pony goes for the regular strat on Jimmy, not for the secret phase.
Yeah.
Mm.
And also, it's interesting to see he goes for the bomb EXs instead of
Instead
the
of the nuke
bullet
strats,
EXs.
or the bullet EXs, yeah.
Yeah, because personally, I'm not entirely sold on the fact that bomb EXs are better. Because when you get 4 ticks out of that bullet EX, I think it's possibly better than the bomb EXs. I'm not 100% on that, but it's just my general feel on the matter.
I think the bomb EXs do a little bit more damage than the 4-tick bullet EXs. But
Yeah,
yeah,
because you get those in between bombs as well.
yeah. You can also, like, after you shoot a mini bomb EX, you get a mini bomb in, and then you shoot two bullets.
Yeah, that's right.
Uh, Moving on to Grim, which has to be terrifying. Which pea shooter? I'm really excited to see this one.
Yeah, the last phase is gonna be a bit tricky with this combo because the lobber makes the last phase so much easier. He has to actually aim well or get really close with the spread gun, and that can be very terrifying.
That's yeah. Plus the hitbox is like really weird. It's just moving around everywhere, so you
Hmm.
can just get hurt.
But he does a very good job of clearing the first stage without getting hit, and he also unloads a lot of EXs to probably make this second phase a lot shorter. As you see, he already knocked out the second stage there.
Right. And there's a third phase we were talking about.
Yeah. So he got hit, but he is pretty close to a knockout here, and he has 2 health to work with, so I think he should be fine here.
He should be
Oh,
fine. Oh, he gets hit. Oh no.
did I speak too soon? No,
No,
I
no,
didn't.
you're fine. You're fine. Two-tone pony almost finished on Beppy. He did get a yellow donkey before, which is sad. He couldn't get a one cycle,
Mhm.
finishing off the fight.
Getting a 115 there. So Kaleva is already starting Island 3, while TwoTonePony has one more boss to do. So they are once again at the same part as they were at Wally, where they were like one boss apart from each other.
Right.
So the lead that Kaleva hasn't really grown or shrunk since throughout
Well,
Isle 2.
Grim could change that potentially.
Yeah, but let's hope for the best.
Yeah, let's hope for the best.
Oh, and Kaleva got the knockout on the police guy before he had the chance to turn around. So if you can do that, it saves a lot of time, because if he turns around, it takes a lot longer for him to exit the screen, and that delays the spawning of the second phase. So good job for him to getting that one cycle there.
Yeah, the one cycle's kind of difficult because you've got to stay really close and you've got to make sure your spread bullets don't miss at all. So good job. That.
Yeah. Oh, and another thing that we kind of forgot to mention, in the Bepi fight, you could see Kaleva do the same thing as here. He was shooting, he was in the middle of the screen and he was shooting P shooter EXs downwards. Do you know why that is?
Yeah, it's because of the I think the last phase hitbox. It's lingering at the bottom, so you can just hit him because the P
Yeah.
shooter EX goes like really far away.
Yeah, and as far as I know, P shooter EX is the only one that reaches that hitbox, so you can abuse that to do damage while the boss is not on the screen.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not considered a major glitch, so even though this is a no major glitches category, that is still allowed to do in this category.
That's right.
Technically, it's not a glitch; it's just a hidden hitbox.
It's yeah. It's just we're just having some fun. Let us be.
Yeah. And Kaleva goes for the damage boost strat on the robot instead of trying to get a nuke, which is very
Right.
smart. It's a bit more dangerous and spicy, but it's a
Leaves
bit
you with more
faster.
cards. Yeah. So he gets a super in here really quickly because he's got a lot more cards since he didn't super
Mhm.
earlier.
So I think he's pretty close to a knockout here. Maybe like a couple of more seconds, one more EX, one more bomb. There he goes.
There we go.
That was a very, very fast robot fight. I believe it's maybe a 55-second fight. And
Oh,
it is.
whoa, okay. Nice.
Because he did it very similarly to how I do it, and I usually get times like that. So it was an
Right,
easy guess
yeah,
this time.
yeah. Don't Pony working on honey bottoms right now. So he didn't die at Grim. That's good.
Actually, I did not see. I was focusing on the robot bullet hell
Yeah,
part.
his Grim fight was decent. Yeah. I didn't see the time he got, but no death, so that's good.
Yeah.
Caliban
So here
Sally's
he.
right now. No?
Yeah, I was just about to mention that if he had a good platform RNG, he would have the chance to get the quick kill on the B here because he had a lot of cards, and he got the middle pattern, which is the longest pattern you can get in the second phase here.
Right. He's probably gonna get some airplane, yeah.
Yeah.
Airplane is fine with Lobber, you can kind of manage it, but if you get airplane with P shooter, then you're just kind of screwed. It's really tough to do damage.
Yeah, and there's the knockout. So Kaleva is almost done with Sally already. And there he goes. I think we
Sally,
kind of
pretty easy.
we missed that fight for the most part.
Yeah, it's kind of a blink and you miss it. It's a really easy fight in general.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not easy to die in that fight, but optimizing it is also, of course, a bit hard.
Yeah, that's true. But with P shooter, you can hit the off screen hitbox of the last phase, so that allows you to get a really quick kill for the final phase.
Yeah, that's true. So Werner Vermin, there's not really much to talk about this boss. It's a very straightforward fight. You want to maximize your time with the spread gun as much as you can. Just avoid getting hit, and you're good. There's nothing too crazy going
Yeah,
on in there.
that's what he's doing. He just follows him around with the spread and then dashes back. Oh, and
Oh,
taking
and
a
he got
damage
the
boost EX. Okay.
yeah. But unfortunately, he missed one EX. He didn't have the time to turn around before shooting
Yeah.
that. But still, very good job for doing that spicy damage boost EX.
Yep. A little
And he,
unfortunate for Two-Tone Pony. He didn't have 5 cards going into Carl's second phase, so he had to wait for the head to come back around one time. Then he could do the super.
yeah, did he not go for the damage boost?
No. He was gonna do
Okay.
super, but he was just short of 5 cards, so he had to wait.
Oh, okay. But there he goes and nukes him into the face. I believe this is pretty close to a knockout, so
Yep, should
please
be
don't
dead
die.
soon. He's playing it really safe,
Oh,
using. Oh no! Oh, that's so unfortunate.
yeah. Now he's kind of in a predicament here.
Yeah. He's pretty far behind. Oh, he's going for. He's shooting the belly first. Actually, most runners actually go to shoot the laser first. That's interesting
Mm-hmm.
because what the laser does is it blocks most of your shots, and you can't do that much damage when it's firing. So
Yeah. So what about Briny Beard? What
Briny
is there
Beard,
to say about Briny Beard?
Briny Beard is not that bad with pea shooter, but Kaleva, he's just going for the YOLO close range strats.
Yeah, that's what I like to see. Because you can either kind of stay back a little bit and use the P gun, just like he did there, or does
Yeah.
here. Or you can go really close and use the spread gun, and that's definitely what you want to do. It can be a bit nerve-wracking though, because you're very close to where he shoots his bullets, and you have little to no time to react when he pulls
Right.
out the squid gun. But he does a
Yeah, and
good
he
job and finishes the boss.
gets the one cycle last phase as well.
Yeah. I think he got a 4-cycle first phase, because you should get a sub 50-second fight with a 3-cycle.
Yeah, he got dogs with the cannon firing, which is a really bad pattern.
Yeah.
It's you just have to go back, lose some damage. It's just sad. TwoTonePony finishing off Carl.
Getting a 129. Okay, and Cala Maria is personally my favorite boss of this game. I'm not even sure why.
Hmm.
I mean, just look at her. Isn't she glorious?
Yeah, we we don't know why we like her. We just do.
Oh. So she has a bunch of different stuff she can do in the first stage. There are a lot of different combination because she usually does like 2 things, and she can do pretty much any combination. So it takes a lot of practice to nail all of those different outcomes. And he also got the pufferfish RNG, which is pretty unfortunate because they block your shot, so it's very hard to do consistent damage if you get that RNG.
Yeah.
So it's usually gonna cost a couple of seconds if you get the pufferfish, but that kind of depends. And he's very close to finishing the fight here. He's using the bomb EXs and getting the in-between bomb lob shots, so he's doing a good job here. And gets the knockout as well.
That should be a good time. He got a lot of parries, I think. Yeah, one of a really good time.
104 is very good. And TwoTonePony has almost finished Sally fight here. He's going to the last part of that fight as we speak.
Oh, I think he got jump lock there. He shot an EX on the ground.
Uh-oh. Oh, there he goes.
There he goes. Yeah, that
I was
was
nervous for a second when he missed
for
that
a second.
EX.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's fine though.
So, Phantom Express. What can we say about Phantom Express on this gun route? Can you do the one cycle on the head in the second
The
phase with these
skeleton,
guns?
I don't think so. I think you need to go for that stupid spread gun damage boost strat that Grondius did during the roundabout route. Otherwise, it's just, you just can't do enough damage.
Yeah, I know you can one cycle the last phase, but even that is really tricky to do. You need a lot of cards to do that.
Yeah.
So he just barely got the 2 cycle there, which means
yeah,
you
that's
probably
what I
can. Yeah.
So this fight is it's slow with P shooter, but it's much safer as well. You can stay long range, which he isn't doing. He's getting right into their faces.
Yeah, I like that. So let's see if he can get the 1 cycle on the engine.
He's gonna parry it really fast.
Come on. Oh, I think he was close. Oh, he went for a nice damage boost in the end.
Nice damage boost. Yep. Use all that HP to go faster.
Yeah.
What
Getting
kind
a
of a
time
time
of
is 121? I'm not sure how good that is for this route.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if you can, it seemed like a pretty decent fight apart from not getting the last phase 1 cycle, because it is possible. So that would save another like maybe 3 seconds. So it was definitely a good fight, but
yeah, Grondia says you
not
can't.
as good as it gets.
Grondia says you can't one cycle the second phase in chat. There you go.
Yeah, he's probably right.
Yep.
I trust his judgment on this one.
He knows. He's a god.
Yeah, he's definitely a great player.
TwoTonePony getting a little bit of bad luck on Briny. The ball's getting in his way. He's got to back up a little bit, do some damage.
Yeah. Oh, and with the peak on spread route, you go for the poker chip instead of going for the cigar. Because the cigar has a lot of HP, and the poker
Yeah.
chips have a lot less. But with the spread lobber route, we don't go for that because it's extremely hard to hit him consistently. So the 2 is
Yeah.
actually faster in this route because of
Also
that.
with the the cigar, he also goes off screen for a long time. You lose a lot of time in just off screen
Yeah.
transactions. So chips is much faster if you can hit him consistently.
Mm-hmm. That is true. So I'm assuming Kaleva goes for 2, 4, and 8 in King
Eh,
Dice.
Yeah, probably.
Because the domino
I
is
mean,
also a very fast boss to do.
yeah. I mean, once you see the second one, everyone really goes for 8. No one goes for Pirlita, and obviously, if you go for Monkey, then I don't even know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. So let's hope he doesn't misroll. And he gets the 8.
You can see it. Yeah. TwoTonePony moving on to color Maria.
Yay, my favorite boss.
You get to see
A
it
second
twice.
time. What a treat.
Great. Not much to say about what Callum was doing here. There we go. 8 ball is just kind of a pushover.
Yes. So it looks like TwoTonePony goes for the parry strat on Calamaria. So there are 2 ways to go about those. Either you want to go for 0 parries, or you hope to get like a bunch of parries. If you only get like 1 or 2 parries, it's not necessarily worth going for them. But he decides he wants to go for them. So let's see if he gets rewarded for his choice. I believe he got 2 or 3
He got
parries, which
2,
is
yeah, yeah. He
yeah,
could get more on this phase right here.
that's true. If you get 2 parries, it's probably a ±0, so he doesn't lose time by going for that. But 1 parry definitely
Right.
loses time.
Oh no, that was unfortunate. He got hit right before he nuked.
Yeah, that gives you iframes.
Yeah. You're just stuck in nuke without doing anything.
Yeah. So let's see if he can finish the last phase here. He's in a bit of a dangerous position.
He's not doing the speedrun strat. He's playing it as it's meant to be played,
Yeah, he's
which
not
is
cheating.
interesting. He's not. We like to
But
cheat around
speedruns
here.
hate not cheating. There he goes. He gets the
There he
knockout.
goes.
I was holding my breath a little bit there.
Yeah, a little bit. Because it's scary. But if you get frozen and like a skull comes towards you, you just can't do anything. You're just screwed.
Yeah. But okay, Kaleva is almost finished with his run if he doesn't die here on the devil fight. So let's see how he does. I don't see if he got the spider RNG or dragon. I think he got neither, maybe.
He is that possible? I didn't even know that was possible.
It's
Not get
possible,
either
but
of
it's
them.
very rare.
Right. I mean,
Like
on Legacy, obviously you can, but
yeah, you can get the fire wheel into the bubble gums that I like to call them, and that is actually if you get that RNG, you're not going to see the spider head or the dragon.
okay.
It doesn't happen very often though.
Yeah, I've never seen that happen.
Oh, and he
There he
goes for the
goes.
nice
Ooh,
teardrop parry into a
nice parry
spready
there.
X.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a
Finishing of the
juicy
devil.
one.
30 to 40. Good time. Really good time.
Very good time. And with that, it looks like Kaleva won today's race, but TwoTonePony is definitely doing a very good job of being not too far with his run. So he's already halfway through Phantom Express. Congrats to Kaleva for taking this one home.
Ooh, missing a spready X there.
Yeah, that's not optimal, but that happens. This is a very, very hard fight to optimize.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, he's gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, we can't blame him too much for that. I personally think this is like top 3 hardest bosses in this run to really get good at. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I always have troubles with the last phase. Like I just can't one cycle that thing. It's really bad.
Yeah. So what do you think personally are the top 3 hardest bosses in this game for this category?
Definitely Phantom would be my first one. Oh, he gets another thing. After that, probably Gren and then Honey Bottoms. I think Carl is actually fine once you practice him a lot. Like the bullet hell becomes you kind of get natural at it. But
Okay.
Honey Bottoms, you just it's just RNG most of the time.
Well, my list would be a bit different, but I would say Phantom, Dr.
Yeah.
Call, and maybe either Wally or even the frogs, because you want to get the one cycle thing on both phases, and that's really tricky. Or even Calamaria
Uh,
is pretty tough to optimize.
yeah, yeah. I think Kala Maria, it's tough to get like really good times because of the parry RNG, obviously. But
Mm-hmm.
I think you can consistently finish the fight with a decent time most of the time.
Yeah. And okay, Two-Tone Pony is now with 1 HP in the last stage of this fight. Let's see if he can bring it home. This is
Absolute
a
nightmare.
very scary phase because there's flame
Uh,
going everywhere, the bone wheels are coming, and the hitbox is very small. So
yeah, and
let's
you can
see.
tell he's playing it safe. He's just mostly avoiding those things, not trying to go for a fast time.
Yeah, that's very smart. And there he
Yeah,
goes.
there he gets it.
Gets the knockout. 150. Yeah, as you can see, this is a very hard boss to optimize.
Yeah, even things like managing that wins is really tough. Like it looks not that bad because they just do an attack and you just have to move around to the other side or that side. But it's really tough to optimize damage to get the EXs in. So really a difficult fight.
Mm-hmm. So he's proceeding to King Dice, and I'm very curious if he goes for 3, 4, and 8 or 3, 5, and 7.
3, 5, and 7 seems he has no hearts. He
Yeah,
probably
that's
won't go
not
for yeah.
happening. So he definitely goes for 3, 4, and 8 unless he gets a misroll.
Yep. Unless he chooses to go for 6, which some runners like to do.
Yeah, 6 is not a bad choice either. It's a very safe
Yep.
choice.
So he's not going for the quick kill. He's gonna stay on the other side.
Yeah, he got hit accidentally by one of those flames, so he doesn't want to go to 1 HP, I believe.
Yeah, that makes sense. Again, playing it safe for a run.
It looks like he doesn't know where the sweet spot is for not getting hit there. So he kind of goes very much to the right on the left cup and tries to kind of jump over those flames instead of going for the sweet spot where you cannot get hit.
Yeah, it's tough to figure out if you don't know where it is. So,
Yeah, it's
oh
like a
yeah, he
couple
is
of.
going for 6, I think.
Oh yeah, because there's an extra heart as well. That's smart play from him.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hmm. So yeah, the sweet spot on the cigar fight is only a couple of pixels wide. It's not that tight, but it's also not that easy. So it's kind of tough if you don't know the exact spot where you want to be.
Yeah, like, it's not something you can just figure out by looking at the flames. You just kind of have to know where it is.
Yeah, unless you figure out some very smart visual cue. I just personally look where the flame comes and I stick my face right up to the flame
Yeah, yeah,
until I almost hit it.
yeah. Me too. And I end up hitting it sometimes, but you know.
Yeah. He manages to beat the Phantom Horse pretty quickly here. And now I believe he gets the 3.
Yeah, he goes for the heart. Yeah, heart on 8. You just can't pass that up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, an 8 ball, very easy boss. You just destroy him.
Yeah, both 7 and 9 are so annoying. It's incredible that they decided that let's put this easy boss in this last like
Yeah,
set of 3. I'm
I
very
mean,
glad they did that.
the distribution is weird because like even the first one, the alcohol, it's so hard.
Yeah, it is.
Like number one, it's just there's so much going on. You cannot see what's happening. Like even people in
Yeah.
their casual playthrough don't go for it.
The alcohol definitely has some practice that has to go into it, but the one thing that the alcohol fight does not really have is RNG. It's pretty much always the same pattern you get. So once you nail that, you know what's gonna come, and you can counter it pretty confidently every time.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so he manages to beat King Dice with a time of 2:32. Not bad, not bad.
Man. He lost some time on the cigar. But the other fights were really good.
Hmm. So let's see what kind of RNG he gets on the devil.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay attention now.
Yeah. So in 1.1, where the double damage lobbers were a bigger thing than in this patch, um, getting the spider RNG loses even more time than in this patch. So it's the time loss is maybe 7 to 8 seconds, but it kind of also depends on the RNG, on how many spider bumps you get. But it's not as big of a deal on this patch than it was in 1.1.
Yeah. Also, if you get dragon, you can just get quartz, which saves so much time. It's insane.
Hmm. So I believe there are still double damage lobbers in this patch instead of quadruples. So it still saves a lot of time to get the dragon over spider.
Right. But you need to
Oh,
hit
but he
them
gets the
perfectly,
spider.
right? For the double damage. Yeah, spoiler. Of course. He didn't get seed for Cagney, so this is his punishment.
Yeah. So the reason why you lose time when he does the spider head attack is because his hitbox goes off the screen for such a long period of time, and you cannot do anything except for lobber traps and hope that he lands on them.
Yeah, it's not even like he always aims for you. He literally just goes wherever he wants. So you can't tell whether it's gonna land on your target.
Yeah, or maybe there is something hidden about that quote unquote RNG that we don't know yet. Maybe we can manipulate him to land on the lobber trap somehow, but maybe some
Yeah.
science needs to be done.
But in the end, you're just gonna lose time anyway on the spider. So
Yeah, that's true. But imagine you're on PvP, so you want to mitigate the damage as much as you can. So if
yeah,
there's any way
yeah,
to get those
you're
lobber traps consistently, I want to know what it is.
yeah, definitely.
And there he goes, finishes
There we
off the
go.
devil fight. Very good.
Good time. GG's to both runners.
Yeah, I bet the runners were very nervous in this run, but I think we're going to ask that from them very soon.
Let's see if we can get them up.
Yeah, let's try to get them here and ask them some question about this run.
So, what do you think about the runs personally? You think they were good for races?
It was definitely a very entertaining match. I mean, they were neck and neck most of the race, but when we got to the later half of the run, Kaleva kind of started getting out of control for Two-Tone Pony. He got a few deaths, and Kaleva had a very good second half of the run. But it was
Yeah.
very entertaining to watch for sure.
Yep. Yep. The first half, especially, it was really close. It was great. Yeah.
Yeah, they were only one boss apart, which was pretty amazing. Could have gone either way.
Yep. So, Caleb unfortunately can't join us for the interview. Let's see if TwoTonePony can.
Okay. Well, Kaleva, if you are listening, very good job, man. I think we are going to meet with Kaleva in my next match, actually. We don't know when that is yet, but
Oh
I'm
yeah,
a bit scared of him, but it
Caleb
can
and
go either
Zenning.
way.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good match. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, me
I
too.
think most of the bracket two matches will be pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely. So, do we have Two-Tone Pony coming in, or are we still trying to reach him?
We're still we're not sure if he's coming. Let me see.
I'm dying to ask some questions.
Yeah, me too.
So, anyway, what was your favorite moment of this match?
Um, Probably Cagney without seeds, honestly. So it was just like, wait, really, is this happening in a race? These things don't
Yeah,
happen.
yeah, he got the best RNG you can get. Double punch. I call them punches, but we have very many names for those.
Yeah,
I think Fruity Waffles calls them extendy boy attacks. Someone calls them headbutts, but I call them just punches. He got double
right.
punches into 2 acorns, which is really the best thing you can have.
Yep.
And I
Speaking
believe
of
Two
which,
Tone
he
Pony
is
just
here.
tuned in. Let's test. Is
No,
your mic working? Hello, Two Tone. So he probably has
might
to
have some
fix
mic
his.
issues.
Yeah.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yep.
Hello, we can hear you.
GG's, dude. Good run. A little bit
Yeah, GG.
unfortunate on some of the bosses, but well played, man.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it was, you know?
Yeah, and thank you for joining us into this post-game interview. So, first of all, we'd like to know how are you feeling right now, and how do you think your run just went? Can you break it down for us a little bit?
Yeah, sure. I feel sad right now, and I
Aw.
think the run went poorly, but I had a good time, so that's okay.
Yeah, I'm glad you still had fun, even though. Um, let me check. I need to pull out the brackets here. So you will be playing in the next bracket against um, either Fruity Waffles or Kev 360.
Okay, that's cool.
So we don't know that yet.
Cool,
But
cool.
you did a good job. Were you watching the broadcast while you were playing, or were you kind of in the dark of what's going on?
No, I was not watching the broadcast. I didn't, I thought that this happened like an hour. I thought it happened at 1 o'clock my time, started at 12 o'clock my time, and so about 15 minutes before, I was just scrambling to get it all together.
Oh,
Ouch.
okay. So you didn't have time to like practice and stuff?
I'm sorry, what was that?
So did you not have time to practice or something? Because it was earlier than you thought?
No, I had plenty of time to practice, and I did practice, and I can't really blame that. It's you know, it's just a hard game.
Right.
Sometimes you do good, sometimes you do, what I did.
Yeah, we all
Yeah,
have our good days and less good days, I guess.
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
yeah. Actually, Kaleva had a death very early on, and you guys were very close for the first half of the run. So it was an exciting match.
Well, that's good. I mean,
Yeah, you were
it's not
pretty
like I
much neck
walked
and
in
neck.
having high hopes. Calaba's so good. I've watched some of his runs. But had to get through it to experience it, and I had fun doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what
Oh,
matters,
good.
man. Yeah. So I noticed that you went for the horse boss on King Dice. Is that because you had like less health, or do you always go for that route?
Are you talking about number 6, the
Yeah,
plane
yeah,
one?
yep,
Yeah, it was just at that point, speed was no longer my concern. I just didn't want to die, so I just wanted the heart.
right, yeah, yeah,
I think that was a very smart choice, considering that I think you were at 1 health at that stage.
Yeah, I was at 1 health, and I knew that 8 had a heart as well, but you know, I didn't feel like too confident getting through 4 or 5, especially 5, with one heart.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So if anyone in chat has any questions, you can put them out there.
And meanwhile, chat is doing that. I have one more question about Cagney actually. So at the very close part to the end of the fight, you kind of fell down into the pit and went for a spread EX. Did you fall down by accident and did a quick thinking spread EX, or did you try to go for the YOLO strat and chickened out?
No, I fell and I was like, well, I already screwed it up this much. May as well go for an extra bit of damage.
Yeah, it was a very smart move.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, definitely. With
Yeah, Cagney's
the
just
good
one of my
RNG
least
as well.
favorites. I couldn't fathom doing it again. Oh, every time I died, I'm glad there wasn't like a voice monitor on me because I would scream so loud. I was like, ah.
Yeah, these things happen. It's fine. So Bexy Boy asks, how long have you been speedrunning?
About 2 months. So I was way in over my head, anyways, and I knew that.
I mean, 40 is a pretty good time for just being speedrunning for 2 months. Good job, especially in a race, definitely.
Yeah, don't feel bad. I mean, if you already have like a 36-minute PB, that's not a thing to be ashamed about.
Yeah, and I know it'll get better. It's just I'm impatient. I want better to be now.
I mean, yeah, we all know how that means. So
I get that feeling sometimes myself as well, but it is what it is.
yeah,
You only can improve by as much as you can at a certain time.
Yep, as is life.
yeah.
Yeah. So we have
So
another question from Metallic. Have you ever raged over a speedrun? I think we should reform that question into how often do you
how
rage
often?
over
Yeah, of course.
speedruns?
Oh, dude, I rage. Just specifically this game and Mario Golf gets me so fired up, and I'd hate for my mother to hear it. So how often? Uh, every time, I guess.
uh,
Well, I
yeah,
hope
I
you're
mean,
not too mad about what happened today, because we're just here to have a good time, and you gave us
Yeah,
a
of
good
course.
show, and you should be proud of that.
yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
mad about it. The rage is always from a death and is very short lived, but
Hmm.
it's there.
yeah. It was very entertaining. GG, man. Thanks for thanks
Thank
for
you. I
making it.
appreciate it.
Yep.
So, do we have any other questions from the chat to our runner, TwoTonePony here? Also, is this the only speed game you do, or what you said something about Mario Golf?
Mario, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think there is a speed. I don't think speed and golf go together. But no, I've never speed run any game before up until this one, and
Okay.
just giving it a
Oh,
shot, and
nice.
it's been a lot of fun, and everyone's been really cool and helpful.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love the Cuphead community. It is literally the best community I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, everyone's great. I haven't met one person in this community that's been off-putting at all.
yeah.
Yeah.
And this game, of course, it's a pretty good game to get into for speedrunning. You can like practicing it is pretty easy. You can like do individual bosses and stuff. So it's a good game to speedrun if it's your first one.
Okay, it looks like we have one one more question. Um, it's going over this rage thing one step further. Have you ever broken anything?
Well, I don't know if you noticed. My controller would go out every player one's disconnected, and then random pauses. So yeah, my controller is a direct result of it.
Oh, oh. So you're having controller problems because you've like smashed it around or something like that.
I guess. I mean, I feel like they don't make them tough enough is the problem.
Oh yeah.
Good argument.
we, we need to throw our controllers, make them tougher, man. Come on.
Yeah. So it definitely looks like we have a lot of different personality types in the community. Um, so a shout out to all the people in chat who are watching right now and are not yet speedrunning this game. I highly recommend if you enjoy playing this game, give speedrunning a shot at least. I mean, you don't have to get if you don't like it, you can quit whenever you want, but give it a shot. It's really fun. You can join our community. You can improve our time or your times with us, and you might one of these days you could be the player in this tournament. So
Yeah, for
we
sure.
can always have more people in this community.
This is the perfect game to start speedrunning with, just because has a
Oh, I
timer at
agree.
the end of every fight. You know, you can constantly improve. Everyone's so cool. I I haven't even like given a thought about speedrunning ever until this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Also, it's a developing speedrun as well. Some of these strats that we do, they're pretty new. Some of the runs, the top runs, they're also new. So it's a good time to get into speedrunning this game as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. The strats are always evolving. I actually found a very short improve, like a very small improvement on Werner Vermin strats, and I felt so good when I came up with a new strat. I'm not going into great details about that here and now, but I mean the strats are always progressing a little bit, and that's great.
Yeah, it really is. I don't know
Yeah.
how long y'all been doing it, but if y'all are one of the OG people, you guys are geniuses. Like Grandius and all them, just
Yeah.
bunch of geniuses.
Yeah.
I would have
Grondius,
never thought of any
Jason.
of this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Grondius and
personally,
Jason and Wolf are just they're insane at this game. We don't even know how they do it.
yeah, I
Zunning is
personally
actually
haven't pioneered much in this game. I just do what the best people do, but
well,
Exactly.
he does it really well. Zunning is also one of the top runners of this game.
I'm well, I'm trying, but I'm still leagues away from getting anywhere near world record times, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah, preaching to the choir.
Yeah. But okay, I have one more question for you. Uh, what are your top three most difficult bosses to optimize, and top
Um,
three easiest?
uh, Top three hardest, I guess, would be probably Ribby and Croaks, Bonbon, and Phantom Express. You know, and Ribby and Croaks, I feel like shouldn't be, but I just don't get the skip every time, and I don't know why.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's very annoying. Yeah, honestly, I know what you mean. You just don't get it sometimes. You're like, wait, but I did everything right. Why?
Yeah, it's like I
Why?
thought I did it, but I don't know the.
Yeah, dude, that's very annoying. Bonbon, is it because of the RNG and because of when you get different kinds of bosses?
Yeah, it's just because the RNG sucks so bad most of the time on Bonbon, and then if you don't make it to the end with 3 or at least 2 HP, then you're probably in trouble. If you want to go fast, that is.
Hmm.
Yeah. I
Sometimes,
noticed you getting doing some safe strats on Bonbon, going back a little bit because of the head. So
Yeah, I had
yeah,
to. There's just I've just seen it too many times where I'm like, maybe she won't throw her head early this time, and she always does.
she always does. Yeah.
yeah. What about the three easiest ones?
Hello?
Never happens to me.
I'm sorry. I think we missed what you said. Can you say that again?
Oh,
Um,
so I was asking, what are your three easiest bosses in your opinion?
um, I mean, you know, obviously things like I guess the root pack,
Hmm.
and and let's see here, the rat with the cigar. I can't ever remember his name. Really, I can't ever pronounce it. Is the
Werner
problem.
Vermin.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Those are pretty easy. I agree.
Yeah.
Metallic has a question for us. He's asking, what do you think about the Cuphead show?
If you have watched that,
It hasn't come out yet, right? Or
it's not
has it?
even
Wait,
out
what?
yet.
I don't think so. Wait, no, it's not, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I
One
think
guy
we can
sent
all
me it's like it looks like sketch, like pre-production of like episodes. They look pretty good, but like when does it even come out?
I'm not sure, actually. I guess all of us can
Well,
answer that. What do you guys, what does everyone think about it? Like, is it going to be good? Do you think it'll be like too childish? Like,
I don't
what do
know.
you think
I
it'll
hope
be?
it's good,
we'll
but
we'll
like
never know.
I can't honestly can't foresee myself just sitting in front of it and watching it because like it's probably not going to be like funny.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be, hopefully, it won't be like the DLC and it'll actually come out. But
Yeah,
I
exactly.
guess
I don't even believe that there's DLC anymore.
this DLC, yeah, the DLC is a lie.
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, let's hope for the best that the DLC comes out as soon as it can, so we get some new speedrun content and new stuff to experiment on.
Oh,
But
yeah, a
Yeah,
lot of
it's
new
definitely
before
going
content.
to
that
be
happens,
interesting seeing what Miss Chalice can do because she's going to have her own move set and all that.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah. Hmm.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe our next match is tomorrow at the same time as it was today. Can
I
someone
think it's an
confirm
hour
this?
later. It's an hour later, I think.
Okay. So anyway, I think we're just about to be done here. So thanks so much to Tone Pony for joining us today. I don't believe chat has any more questions, and thank you for joining the race and the tournament. It was great fun seeing you play against Kaleva. And even though you lost this time, you did a good job of finishing the run with your head held high.
Yeah,
And
well,
we'll
thank you.
see.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
good time. I enjoyed it.
yeah. And you
Yeah.
still have another
Good luck for
chance
the
to
next one.
in the other bracket.
Yeah,
Yeah. Good luck for
we'll
that,
see.
man.
Yeah. Wish you the best. And thank you for everyone who joined us watching this run. And thanks, Mr. Dino, for making this tournament happen. We will see you tomorrow.